Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at the Dell. It is time for another update, and an update was requested, so I also wanted to remind you that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. And here on this chart we have been tracking this idea of a double 1-2-1-2 setup that could have developed, and we could now be in the third wave to the upside. Now within this interpretation we are sure that this is not developing really as a third wave directly, because the internal structure looks a lot more like a diagonal pattern than really anything we would normally expect within a wave 3. Then in this shorter time frame we are looking for a correction in a wave 2, and I provided you this support zone for such a correction, where an entry would have been a nice opportunity for further continuation in the third wave to the upside. And unfortunately we did not reach the support zone, and that is fine. Sometimes you just don't get to the support zone, and technically we could have already bottomed in the wave 2 and we could be in the third wave to the upside. But I am not too worried about that. Other opportunities are always present, and if it goes, it goes. It's fine to miss some trades, to miss some opportunities, and if you ask me, entering in this area wasn't even necessarily the greatest opportunity. Now if we are talking about the larger support zone, sure, this was a great opportunity to enter, great entry area, but here, no. If it didn't even get to the first level of the support zone, I am not even too upset about missing such an entry. But then again, it is possible that this hasn't even been the case. I have like 3 other interpretations that could still work out, where we could still get an entry opportunity. And firstly, we have the yellow interpretation, where technically this wave 2 could still be ongoing and we could have a larger ABC pattern forming. Now we have broken above the 78.6% retracement, so the likelihood of this working out is considerably reduced. It is not invalidated, and until we really get a more clear confirmation, like a clear 1-2 structure, we will continue to track such a possibility. Then another possible interpretation would be that this wave 1 has not yet completed. It could technically still be ongoing, where we have only completed 3 waves within it so far, and in that case I would expect to build an ABC structure within this movement to the upside instead of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I would in a wave 3. And that would also be perfectly fine for what we have here on this chart, as based on the length of this wave 2, also fine. If we also look at the support zone here for a wave 4, we basically reached perfectly the 61.8% retracement level here, and which is what created basically this reaction to the upside that resulted in increases over 100%. And technically we could still be looking at an extension of a wave 1. We just don't know that for sure yet. And also, one else I wanted to mention is that it is not confirmed that this is a wave 1. This could still turn out to be an ABC structure to the upside in either case, so I would also be mindful of that idea. And then there is also the possibility that this wave 1 has just not completed here and would still be ongoing. That would fit perfectly fine within this structure to the upside, where we had a wave 1, a wave 2, maybe the wave 1 was here, doesn't matter, a wave 2, a third wave up, a fourth wave down, and now a fifth wave to the upside. And to be honest, it could actually be complete now. I wouldn't call a top yet. I would need a considerable drop still for a more clear confirmation that we topped here in the wave 1, but that is also a very realistic possibility that I will be looking out for. And again, if we missed this trade, if you missed it, it's fine. Next time when we get a larger and more reliable support zone, an entry should be considered with more heavy content than what we had here in such a 1-2 setup where we were desperately waiting for the retracement to reach the first level, at least for a small entry, and it didn't. And it happens, but that is fine. So what can we track here within this scenario so far? I am still waiting personally for a larger correction in a wave 2. Now, if we get that, sure, I could be looking for an entry. I could be looking to add to my position on this stock and enjoy the rewards either in a third wave to the upside that would follow, or even a C wave in the case that, yeah, this wave 1 would have not yet actually completed and we would just get an ABC structure developing in this area. And then I would look at the internal structure within this wave 1 where, yeah, I could see this working out very easily as a diagonal structure, where in this case I would have a 3-wave move within this 5th wave to the upside, and I could even label it, I suppose, where, yeah, I have here the wave 5, and within the wave 5 I am looking for the ABC structure that, regardless of how it actually develops, I would say it is probably close to a top. Now within this actual wave C, now let me even label it, I'm not going to focus too much on this area. It could be that the A wave actually starts here and this was some sort of a truncation. Maybe it was just a very, very tiny wave C in this area, or maybe it's just all from here and it is something like an ABC within the wave A. Although this wave C doesn't look too much like a wave C, I wouldn't look too much in this time frame at this structure. And then within this C wave to the upside, I would probably expect still a few more highs where, yeah, internally here I see a 1-2 possible, another 1-2 here, another 1-2 here. This is probably a third wave up, a fourth wave, and then we probably need a few more 4-5 patterns to complete this entire wave C. And in this case, the first level of support I would really be looking for such a correction would be at the $147 level. Now that's exactly where we are right now, but the support zone area goes all the way down to the 50% retracement at the $142 level. Now, if we actually break this level of support, it would be a pretty good indication that this movement to the upside is failing. At least it's not continuing directly within this wave 3. Then I suppose we could be looking for the larger general retracement area, but I would probably need to allow the 61.8% retracement here as well. And yeah, if we break here below the $136.5 level, I would say that there is a pretty good chance that we topped here within this wave C, but I wouldn't necessarily start shorting because, yeah, technically we are still in an uptrend, and who knows, we may be seeing here a series of 1-2 setups that would be developing and in the end could turn very sharply to the upside in a wave 3. I'm not excluding that possibility. Remember, I am open to the idea that here on the larger time frame, we bottomed in this wave 2 in here, and now we are in the third wave to the upside where, yeah, targets would be quite extended since the correction was so shallow. And yeah, for this third wave, we could be looking at targets at the $335 level. Not something I would focus too much on. It is a very shallow correction and it's not a clear structure in this case, in this moment. But if we already topped within this reset of the wave 1, I would be looking for the support to start at the $110 level all the way down to the $79 level. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.